napenda maandamano and I usually like alluding this. That is 2024. Some of the things that we were talking about was the issue on corruption. Some of the things that we were talking about was the issue of unemployment amongst the youths. Some of the issues that we were talking about was the issue on police brutality. This is what Baba Raila Amolo Odinga is suggesting, that we should look for a holistic approach into defining our moments as a people. Because it is 62 years since independence, yet we have cases of corruption, and corruption is a menace that is devouring the little resources that we have as a nation. Corruption is what is making this Mama Mboga here fail to get what she's supposed to be getting because she pays taxes. Corruption is what is making these boda riders over here fail to take their students to school because that little money they are paying as tax is ending up in a few people's pockets. We must have a conversation. 62 years later, we are not supposed to be burying our youths because they were brutally murdered by the police in their quest for good governance. Because they went to the streets, and they never went to the streets because they are mad people. They saw that governance was not worth it in our nation, and therefore they resorted to peaceful protest, something that it is enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya. Therefore, it is 62 years later that we can have somebody like Ojwang being picked from his father's home to be brutally murdered in a police cell in Nairobi. It is very, very unfortunate. Therefore, I want to speak to my fellow Gen Zs, to the youths who are against this intergenerational national conclave. And my question is, what other option do you bring on board? And I want to ask all of us here, there's a maxim that we use in business law that states, nemo dat quod non habet, that you cannot give what you don't have. Let us not go against Baba Raila Amolo Odinga intergenerational national conclave, yet we don't have another choice. How are we going to address the issue on corruption? How are we going to address the issue on the high cost of living so that my daughter or my son too will have a reason to be on the streets because he's feeling agitated and is feeling aggrieved by the government? That is the conversation we are supposed to be having. As I finalize, in the words of the great Osejofo, that is Kwame Nkrumah, when he stated that the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked to the total liberation of Africa. Therefore, I also state here in this hallowed ground of Kamkunji that the independence and the dignity of Kenya is meaningless until it is linked with the total fight against corruption, against joblessness that is affecting our youths, against police brutality, and the fight for good governance in our nation.
Vijana walienda kwa street, walikuwa wanateta vitu kadhaa, na nakumbuka vijana wakisema counties 47 ni mingi zaidi kwa nchi ndogo kama Kenya. Juzi Raila Amolo Odinga amesisitiza ya kwamba Kenya ni ndogo zaidi kuongozwa na 47 governors. Kwa hivyo kama wananchi ni lazima tuende tuketi chini, tuangalie kama hiyo namba inateremshwa, hata kama tutakuwa na 12 counties ama 10 counties. We do not need 47 counties, mahali watu ni places za wizi. Ni kama tumedevolve wizi. Kuna corruption kwa kila county. Number 2, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga anasema ya kwamba hii mambo ya impeachment ya kupelekwa Senate haitusaidii. Kama umefuatilia the impeachment motions ambazo zinapelekwa kwa Senate, utakubaliana na mimi ya kwamba ile Senate ni kama muosho moja. Impeachment motion should start and end at the county assembly, kwa sababu wanatuibia bure na hakuna kazi wanafanya. Kama ile impeachment ya mwisho tuliona ya Kericho County, munaona tu huyo governor ni mwizi and there are enough evidence kumpeleka nyumbani. Alafu wajinga wengine 47 hapo wanatuambia ya kwamba hawajaona evidence ya kutosha. Wizi ni wizi, corruption ni corruption. Hata mtu akiiba 10 bob, huyo ni mwizi, anafaa pelekwe nyumbani. Finally, on the same note, nataka kuongelea mambo ya women representatives. And I want to advise the commission ama ile commission itaundwa kuangalia hii mambo ya review of the constitution. If at all 47 women rep ni lazima wabaki hapo, sisi kama vijana pia tuna demand wasipotoa women rep au 47 tukuwe na youth representative 47 pia. So mahali tunachagua women rep, tunachagua pia vijana representative, ndio tukuwe na equal representation at the national, senate and all the arms of government.